the Brown boys, the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys, the Brown boys, we the Brown boys. We are asking, what I'm asking is for Ricky Smiley. We asking for Steve Harvey. We asking for Roland Martin. We asking for Uncle Luke. We're asking for who else? What's up? Mark Lamont Hill. We're asking for all of you men that disrespect other black men and disrespect the entire race of people by thinking that we all are supposed to group think. I think that's very disrespectful. DL Hughley, if I didn't say his name, I think it's very highly disrespectful. And I think you guys need to stop being used. We already got the proof now that it's money being spent to keep people stupid. Even though I've been saying this for years, we didn't have no proof. Now we got the proof from the feds that you guys need to cause this issue. And it makes sense because y'all don't like to listen to common sense. That's why you can go to the dentist. Yep, Steve Harvey. That's why you go to the dentist, right? And the dentist will clean my teeth, drill a hole in my tooth and fill up a cavity, rip a tooth out for me. And then on the desk, I can always get one of them little lollipops. I can always get a sucker. Why would a person clean your teeth, drill into it, tell you the things that you need, but they always have little suckers on there for you to get on the way out the door? Because we want to help fix the problem, but we still need for you to have a problem. Otherwise, we're going to go out of business. And that's what they've done with the black community. We create a lot of programming around fixing what it is, the problem in the black community, in which we know what the problem is. Mothers and fathers are not working together to raise kids. Simple fix. Stop making men have to chase their kids around and have to listen to some damn woman that they no longer are with and no longer like and don't want to hear that bull. You make it so hard for a man to parent because there's so much fighting. So it's very easy to see what's going on. But why would we want to fix that when I can create a program around kids that don't have a father? I can create a program around single mothers. I can create a program around housing single mothers. I can create a program around little league sports and football for single parents. I can create 12 to 15 different programs from this one issue. Then when these little jokers start shooting up the streets, I can create programs. I can create a program to help the little kids that's going to jail. I can create a program to help them when they return. I can create halfway houses for when they go into the little group home. They're causing the problem and creating programs for the government and our tax dollars to fix the problem. It's very simple. It's kind of like the streets, if you ask me. The politician is the biggest street niggas in the world. Y'all think the dudes up the street in your neighborhood is gangster. The politicians are the biggest gangsters. They go from making a couple $100,000 wow to a couple mil, and the police know better to f with them. Go think about it. Once you take your kid to the dentist the next time, pay attention to what's on the countertop at the dentist's office. I guarantee they got some sort of candy. You can go ahead and get you one. You can get toothpaste there too, and you can get some candy. Let's get to the video, man. Fair use. Let's get to, we got a righteous perspective. This is a video that was put together by a righteous perspective. Then we got Judge Joe Brown speaking on the matter, and Judge Joe Brown go off. But this brother right here go off too, because they show you the exact treatment that you get being black and so-called being loved and then all inclusive. I'm thinking that these people that worship the Democratic Party, they no longer have a black agenda. They no longer like black people. Excuse me. They only like the Democratic Party. They only respect you if you like what they like. Remember, I told y'all, it's all about who we like. If I stand next to Roland Martin and say, My brother, I love you. I don't agree with your politics, but I still love you. We can still build. We can still talk. He wouldn't want to build with me. He wouldn't want me around nobody he know, because that's how brainwashed we've become in today's society. We run away from opposing opinions because we don't want to learn. We don't want to build. We don't want to have conversation. We think we right. We done got so educated where conversation is no longer needed. I just call you a name, call you stupid. And because I believe, I'm somebody based on the degrees or whatever education that I've accumulated by the white man that I don't like, or I went to a black university that was founded by the white people that supposedly don't like me, but I'm proud of my degree that the white man name is on the college or lady. But at the end of the day, if you don't think like I think, if you don't like what I like, then I don't like you. So how can we have a black agenda when we have majority of black folks thinking they know every goddamn thing in the world? And that if you don't listen to what they say or whatever gatekeeper they created, because we all got to listen to Dr. Claude Anderson and this and that. I personally understand some of the concepts Dr. Claude Anderson is saying, but I don't believe nobody should listen to anyone 100%. Do what's best for you and your family. Whatever happened to that? Why does everybody want to have a leader? Do it like this person. Do it like Jay-Z. Do it like you. How do you make a footprint in this world always trying to step in somebody else's goddamn footprint? How you calling yourself a free thinker when you always thinking about what somebody else did? No, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. So it's some things I will borrow things from. When MJ watched Dr. J play, he borrowed some things from their games. Julius Erving, all these different people, George Gervin, he borrowed some things, but then he made his own style with it. It's okay to borrow, but people trying to live just like somebody else. That's crazy. One-ply toilet paper thinkers. It's amazing. We don't have no connection to one another. You know why? Because if I don't agree with somebody that you've deemed educated or you deemed the leader, then you don't like me instantaneously. You don't like me. You call me a name because I don't like the person you like. So it's very easy to see that it's all about who we like. Shit is sad. It's so many people pretending to like the people that you like just so they can be your funky ass friend. Y'all throw around this word narcissistic, but y'all build problems and contention with the people around you because they got to pretend and not be themselves just to even be fucking around you. I pray to God I never be that judgmental to where somebody got to pretend to like Trump or pretend to not like Trump to be my friend. That's ridiculous. Like whoever the fuck you want to like. I don't care. We can have a debate about it, talk about it. That's what make the conversation. And the fact that we're friends, we should be able to talk about anything. But no, in our silly ass mind and our weak community that we build all based on sensitivity and who dominate who, we tell our people to never talk about politics with family. That's why none of our family know what the fuck to do other than just the same shit our granddaddy and grandmama been doing. Democrat. They the one freed us. They the one fought for. Way back, dumb shit. Don't even watch what's going on now. Don't even see that they done gave away all your money to illegals, shipping your money and your business overseas, promising you things that they never do, only talking about Trump. This is crazy. Losing your family and your friends over politics that you don't even know because they told you in your household to never talk about it. I was taught to never talk about religion around family, which is crazy because we supposedly all Christian. No wonder we can all goddamn know the pastor sleeping with everybody and just don't talk about pastor, all this hypocritical bullshit. Then I was taught to never talk about politics, which is crazy because everything in life is revolving politics. I think men and women should sit down at a dinner table and talk politics with their children so that they can know what's going on in life and how to live. Because when you don't understand politics, you get states like California, New York, all these states that having these mass exodus, and they begging people to come back to their state because despite what you're talking about, policies that you are run by that turn into law is what you should only think about during voting time. It shouldn't have anything to do with who is racist. You're not going to change that. And I'm like E40. I don't give a mother if you don't like me. So you being racist don't bother me. You know why? I don't like racist people. So the feeling is mutual. So I can't be mad. I'm saying it on camera. I don't like racist people. So why everybody so up in arms? Racist people don't like me. And guess what? Racist people hide. I don't like y'all either. So fair exchange, no robbery. What the hell we still talking about? If everybody's so too blessed to be stressed, then why you voting based on racism? If you don't even care if somebody talking about you or like you. I already don't like nobody that's racist, so I don't even want to hear about it. Now, what policies do you have? So it don't turn into Chicago. So it don't turn into New York. So it don't turn into California where people living in the sewer like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got so many people caught up into emotions than to talking about the state of what's really going on. People are selling us up the river and nobody cares about it. All they care about is Trump lied. Trump is a racist. Trump is this. Trump going to be out of there in the next couple of years. The things that they're setting in place or was setting in place, all the stealing, all the money laundering, the things that they were setting in place were going to be deep rooted. And I think that we got black gatekeepers like these gentlemen that I named that get paid to kick everybody out of the so-called community, which what community are you talking about? A community is somewhere that's safe. A community is somewhere that has an institution of banking, that has grocery. We can feed ourselves. What can we do collectively in our community? Nothing. We don't have no infrastructure to have no community, and we don't have a mindset of community because we follow street code. It could be an average Joe Blow that believe in don't snitching. So they gonna mind their business when their neighbors getting robbed. My neighbors ain't gonna mind their business. I stay by a Karen. I went over to introduce myself. Hey, I'm your black neighbor right there. You see anything suspicious, tell on their ass. Yeah, I want to live safe. I want my daughter to walk through the yard without a motherfucker spinning the block, ever. So if somebody ever do that, make sure you write down their tag number. That's why I want people living around me like that. In our community, don't nobody believe in doing that. So how can you have a community with that mindset? Please tell me. It don't matter if you're a school teacher. It don't matter if you or whatever. We've been raised by some indoctrinated street code that somehow the average civilian in our community still lives by a street code. Tell me I'm lying. They don't believe in telling on nobody. You're just reporting a crime, but they ain't gonna say shit because I guess that's snitching. But I thought that snitching was somebody going to do a crime with another person, and then to cut my time or to get out of my sentence, I give somebody else up. When you are a civilian and you're in a neighborhood, a community, you're supposed to report the crime that goes on in your neighborhood so that, why? Say it with me, class, it will be a safe neighborhood. But the average grown black man and woman do not believe in saying anything to the police ever. So I don't know this fallacy of having a community when you're living by street rules. There's no such thing as community if you're going to live by street rules. So I'm just saying, yes, I grew up indoctrinated under the hood rules as well. So that's why I know them. But I do know if you're a civilian, you're supposed to report crime. But when you're in that street mentality, most of our black children, we don't believe that we're civilians. They're still not going to tell the police jack shit. So you cannot have a community when you're going off street code. Lee, when they going to learn to stop trying to kill our president, Kwame? I don't know, bro. I don't know. And then they live by the street code of no snitching, but then when they're in the streets, they snitch anyway. So it's crazy. It don't make no sense. But you cannot have a street code that you live by and then still on one end talking about we have a black community. Y'all know that's bullshit. But listen to what the SPLC did. They are using black victimhood, if you ask me, to create problems so that they can keep their jobs and their position in life. Some of these black leaders that we have, that's all they are, is your leader. I don't have a leader. I'm gonna lead my goddamn self. So, and I'm gonna play it how I go. I don't need someone over me. How can I lead a woman or a family if I'm looking up to another motherfucker? No, I don't have a leader. There's some people that I might admire their work or I can respect their work, but I don't need nobody to lead me. I'm sorry. Oh, not sorry.
NAACP, the Democrat Party, because I stood up for teachers in Gunnersville, Alabama that was falsely accused of racism. Now, just not long ago, indictments have dropped against the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know why? Because they was paying the KKK to do their work. And think about this. The NAACP works alongside the Southern Poverty Law Center. Isn't that ironic? I went through so much. I stood there by myself trying to protect Gunnersville, and I was always right.
Look up Southern Poverty Law Center and how they were allegedly donating millions to extremist groups. One in particular, the KKK.
Woo! And the Southern Poverty Law Center was the group that was screaming the loudest about racism and justice and how we gonna stop this blackity black torture. And they were donating to the KKK. That's a shame.